Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. It is June 13th. It is 2023. All right, let's go ahead and kick this off. Today, I've been doing Linchpin member interviews every Tuesday. We're not going to have one today. Some scheduling conflicts. Couldn't line up the guests that I wanted to line up. We're going to start back with it next Tuesday as well. So we'll be right back on track. What I needed to do today was I've gotten several requests to keep going with something that I started and needed to finish, which was did several episodes which we call Linchpin's Greatest Hits, which I would take the key episodes that really seem to hit home with people over the course of 50 episode blocks and just highlight those ones. So our Greatest Hits number 1 covered episodes 1 through 50. Greatest Hits number 2 covered episodes 51 through 100, etc., etc. So today will be Linchpin Greatest Hits Part 4, and this will cover our most popular episodes from episode number 151 through 200. I have a little bit of work still to do because as I record this is episode 372. So the block that we're covering today is 151 through 200. But that's what we're going to do today. Before I get to that, just a couple housekeeping tips. So I've been throwing around some ideas in some of these videos in the BTWB Squads feature in the Linchpin private Facebook group. It's been met with a lot of positive feedback. So let me know what you think of this. Hypothetically, okay? Not carved in stone yet. Hypothetically, but we're firming it up. What if, for a Linchpin get-together, in person, for us to throw down together, the idea of doing some sort of a small adventure race, obstacle course race, seemed really fun to a lot of people. So, hypothetically, what if there is a Spartan Race on August 26th, which is a Saturday, I believe, 2023. It is in a town, I can't remember the name of the town. It's 1 hour south of San Jose, California. So you'd fly into San Jose, stay in San Jose, big city, get everything you need, wonderful place. Morning of the race, you drive an hour down, and then you're where you need to be. So August 26th, Saturday, it's about 1 hour south of San Jose. You can go onto the Spartan Race thing website and see which one that is. But they've got several races happening that day. The one that's caught my eye, it's a super. So the super, it covers a 10K of distance, so 6.2 miles of distance, and there's 25 obstacles sprinkled in there, and you can do it as a team, and that's what we would do. Even if we showed up as individuals, we could still run as a team if we want. But we could set up a team, show up together, and just have fun. Sometimes we run, sometimes we jog, sometimes we walk. We do whatever we need to do. We just cover the course, hit the obstacles, laugh, support each other, have a blast, share some stories, sweat, use our fitness a little bit, and make some cool memories. And it could be really just a fun thing to do. In San Jose, that whole area is a great thing. So if you want to get your family out there near the end of August, there's plenty of stuff to do. Get together on the 26th of August, throw down that race. We'll figure stuff out. There could be some coffee before the race, talking. I'm sure you're dirty after the race. Get cleaned up, meet somewhere that evening. Everyone throws down for a good meal and just make something fun out of it. So that's what I'm throwing around. There's a shorter race, that's a 5K. There's a longer race, but I think that 10K, because hey, we're not running the whole time. Again, we walk, we jog, we do whatever we need to do, make everybody happy. Let me know what you think in the comments on YouTube, in the Linchpin private Facebook group, in the BTW Squads feature. What do you think about this idea? And let's get an idea of how many people we think might actually want to do it. And if it makes sense, we'll go ahead and firm it up. Then I'm also thinking, so that's at the end of August. Maybe we can get on some sort of schedule where, we put 2 things in the books hardcore a year. One in the first half of the year and one in the back half of the year. And maybe we switch coasts. Not going international yet. So if this one was in the second half of the year and it was on the West Coast, well, then maybe in the first half of next year, we do something on the East Coast in March or April or something like that, and we'll be, out in the East Coast in the first half of the year. We'll find some fun event and just do it in some cool city, some local community. We'll get together and throw down. So let me know what you think. I see somebody posting, it will be hilly, that one out there in California. Yes, and from what I understand, the wonderful people that put these races on generally try to find places that are not flat to have these races go down. I think that's whole part of the wonderful misery that everyone enjoys together. So I'm sure it will not be flat. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and then we'll do something on the East Coast on the first half of 2024, and that should be cool. And then, of course, at the end of this year, there's also the Rogue Invitational, which I intend on being at. And I think that's at the end of October this year in Texas. So that's just another opportunity for Linchpin to get together, throw down, see one another in real life, and have an absolute blast. So that's it. But I think the Spartan Race thing could be fun. I'd like to do something together as a community that's just not a classic workout, quite frankly. I can deadlift and box jump in my garage. You can deadlift and box jump in your garage. We can deadlift and box jump together. But I think it'd be really cool to do something that is using our fitness, but not in that classic, couplet, triplet, normal workout sort of a way. So I think that's that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in here. So this is Greatest Hits part number 4. All right, so let's see. Linchpin Conversations number 153. That was entitled, Doing Workouts Prescribed Does Not Get the Respect that it Deserves, number 153. And that was so true. And the general point of that was doing a whole lot of CrossFit workouts prescribed is not hard. It's really hard. Really hard. The loadings are challenging. The movements are challenging. The combination of doing them together makes them even more challenging. Pull-ups are hard. Rope climbs are hard. Walking on your hands is hard. But all of these things you see on a regular basis, and so they become normalized, and you just think, well, I should be able to do that. It's the workout. It's like, no. Even just doing a workout prescribed, I don't even care about your time or how much you break it up. If you did it prescribed, that's tremendous. And I don't think doing workouts prescribed gets the respect that it deserves. So that was number 153. Then we had Linchpin Conversations number 155. That was entitled, The Hard Truth as to Why People Do Not Achieve Their Goals. That one might sting for some folks, but that's okay. And the description for that was, if an invisible drone, which I later named the drone of scrutiny because it's scrutinizing everything you do. If an invisible drone flew over us and recorded all of our choices and actions every day, it would no longer be a mystery as to why we failed to achieve certain goals. Only by being brutally honest with ourselves and taking personal responsibility will change be possible. And that's usually it. I mean, if we're being really honest, which sometimes I think in 2023, people don't like to hear the truth. But yes, sure, there are some folks out there that have something going on with them genetically, some autoimmune, like there are actual real things. Yes, true. But it's a small slice of the pie. The big slice of the pie that is saying that they're doing all the right things, saying that they're making wonderful food choices, saying they're making good decisions in the gym, saying that they're getting enough sleep, and still not achieving their goals, that's not happening. Something's not right there, something smells fishy, and they're not doing one of those things. That's the truth. And it's just, being honest with yourself. Okay, the next one that a lot of people seem to enjoy was Linchpin Conversations 159, entitled, Should You Scale the Reps or Should You Scale the Weight? And it was a question about scaling, was answered from an athlete who says they struggle with almost all aspects of any given workout. The prescribed loading, the rep range, the rounds, etc. All of it seemed out of reach to this person. So what would the proper course of action be to keep them safe while improving their overall capacity? So I think that will speak to a lot of people. And it kind of dovetails with that thing I said earlier, that doing the workouts prescribed doesn't get the respect that it deserves. It is really hard. And there's a ton of people that fall into this camp of like, I need to scale or modify maybe not just one part of the workout, but multiple parts of the workout. How should I do that? So 159 was a good one. Ooh, here we go. Linchpin Conversations number 161. Timing workouts versus doing a workout for time. So timing a workout versus doing it for time. And basically the difference was if you're doing it for time, you're going for it. You know, you're pushing the pace. You're bringing some serious intensity there. That's doing it for time. Timing the workout just means I'm in my garage, I'm working out, the clock's running, but I'm not feeling any pressure from that clock to push harder than I should. I'm just going to do it at whatever pace I need to do it today. Could be a low intensity day, and it could be a moderate intensity day. And the clock is running for nothing more than a little data point that I'm going to put in my notes, and that's that. But I don't really care what the clock says. And as a matter of fact, that's how I intend to do the workout today. The 4-rounder with the lunges and all that good stuff. I'm going to do that at a moderate conversational pace. The clock will run, and I don't really care what it says. Yesterday, first of all, my apologies for that disgusting workout of deadlifts and burpee box jump overs. That thing was nasty. That one I did for time. I ran the clock and I pushed myself and I challenged myself, and it stung as if the devil had attacked me personally. But 161 I think will help people. Timing workouts versus doing workouts for time, and the description for that was how to modulate your intensity in order to have a long, happy, healthy, and sustainable experience with CrossFit. High intensity every day, every workout, in my humble opinion, is a mistake. I've been very vocal about that. Linchpin Conversations number 166, which was from an Ask Me Anything. So we covered a whole bunch of things on the Ask Me Anything, but topic number 3 is the one that really hit home with people, which was a member asked, how is it possible that his major lifts are improving even though we only go heavy once a week? His old gym lifted heavy every day. Now he goes heavy only once a week and his lifts are going up. How is this possible? Isn't that that's a recurring theme here at Linchpin. It's a little bit of the magic that we work. But it's not magic. I've been very open and honest as to why that works. And actually, we just recently did a whole episode on that topic, and I called it something along the lines of lifting heavy every day plus doing a workout, like another workout, equals mediocre results. That's a great way to excel at neither thing. Now, I see Melanie. Yeah, Melanie enjoyed the workout yesterday. I'm glad you did. It was, man, that was a spicy one. Those deads did not feel light after those burpee box jump overs. So anyway, 166. How in the world are people getting so strong with just 1 to 2 heavy sessions a day that we do a day? 1 to 2 heavy sessions a week that we do at Linchpin. And usually it's one classic heavy day, 5x5, 7x1, etc., with nothing else on the docket. And then there can be another, what we would call a heavy day at a high heart rate at Linchpin. And those things together, combined with all the other stuff that we do, it works really well and people get really strong. Linchpin Conversations number 187. Whew, this almost gives me nightmares to read this thing again. New dad life. No sleep, no PRs, and it's all good. And the description is, this is from me, my new baby girl is 3 weeks old and I'm exhausted. This is forcing me to realize my daily sessions in the gym are about making smart decisions, moving my body, and relieving stress. During this phase with the newborn, I need to realize that I will most likely not set any PRs, and that's okay. I discuss my performance both physically and mentally on 2 recent benchmark workouts. That's Linchpin Conversations number 187, so that might be good for new parents out there. And that's when, geez, my girl is 3 weeks old. As crazy as that is to hear, at the end of this month, is June as I record this, at the end of this month, she is going to turn 2 years old. And so, wow, This podcast was recorded when she was 3 weeks old. It has been quite a wild ride over the last 2 years. I will go ahead and tell you that. I could do another show on that. I won't just go down too much of that rabbit hole right now. But I also am not into, hey, this is what you get at Linchpin. You have my promise that I will always shoot you straight and tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. I'll try to say it as kindly as I can, but I'm not going to lie to you, and we're going to tell the truth about things. Man, the last 2 years with that little girl, I don't have a lot of. We had a rough time with that little girl. She was a rough, difficult child that the last 2 years has not been an easy ride. It has been quite tumultuous, to say the least. And she's getting better, but man, she is a hand grenade. And so somehow made the decisions, kept my nutrition on track, didn't just stress eat, didn't blow off workouts, made the best decisions that I can during a really crappy, miserable phase of having a little person in your life that just ruins your schedule. Love her to death, don't get me wrong, but let's also not lie to each other about how difficult it is. And so everyone's in different phases, and you make the decisions that you can and what you have to do during those times to optimize where you are at that point in time in life. And man, looking back over the last 2 years, it's been a heck of a ride. All right, Linchpin Conversations number 190. This is from an Ask Me Anything that we did, and I believe there's a lot of gymnastics topics, so my wife Emily must have been on that show as well. This is Linchpin Conversations number 190, and topics that we covered were, if you go to a CrossFit gym, how can you evaluate the quality of the programming? Simone Biles, gymnastics and mental health. We talked about on-ramp programs, and then fear of overcoming handstands and being upside down. A lot of people really enjoyed that one because people do struggle with that being upside down in handstand work. And then how to get back into fitness after pregnancy. So while the previous one was me talking about it from a dad's side, then in Linchpin Conversation number 190, my wife talked about getting back into fitness after having her third child. So I think that one will appeal to a lot of the moms out there as well. And then finally, to round out this greatest hits one would be Linchpin Conversations number 198. And it's on the origins of our phrase, nobody cares, train harder. And that question came about because somebody was like, look, I don't understand how these two phrases that you use so frequently can live under the same banner. One phrase being, nobody cares, train harder, and the other phrase being, scaling is cool. It seems that those two butt heads. How do they coexist? And so I kind of dive into a little bit of the origin story of one of those and talk about how both of those can coexist in an athlete's life, and actually finding that nice balance between the two is probably going to be a key to having a sustainable career in strength and conditioning, making smart decisions, but then also being honest with yourself about whether or not you're meeting the goals that you set for yourself and why. So all of those things kind of wrapped in there together. So hopefully that helps people. So that was Greatest Hits Part 4. So I still have a few more of these to do. They'll happen over the course of the upcoming months or whatnot. We'll start back up again next Tuesday with some more athlete interviews from the Linchpin community. This Thursday we'll have the AMA. And if you're just joining this late, make sure you go back and listen to the beginning, because we talk about having members of the Linchpin Private Track get together in late August in California to do a Spartan Race. Let me know if you think those dates and that distance and all that stuff sounds good. Tell me in the comments here, tell me in the Linchpin Private Facebook group, tell me in the BTW Squads feature, and then we'll plan something for the first half of the year in 2024 out on the East Coast. And then of course we'll go to the Rogue Invitational this year in October, late October in Texas. So got some stuff happening. That's it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk later.